In a calm yet meaningful atmosphere, Cha Eunwoo finally spoke for the first time about his experiences in the military. His face looked a little different than usual, more decisive, calmer, but the look in his eyes kept a long story that seemed to be inexpressible in simple words. During a brief interview with the Korean media after attending an official event, Cha Eunwoo finally opened his heart and revealed what he had been keeping tightly. "The military changed me, not only physically, but also the way I perceive the world and the people around me," he said in a deep tone. But that was not what surprised her fans, but the recognition that came after. He admitted that during his time in the camp, there was one night that changed everything. The night was so cold, and for the first time in his life, he felt completely alone. "I'm used to being surrounded by people, staff, team members, cameras, but there, just me and my own mind. There was no light, no sound other than my breathing," he said slowly. Eunwoo then looked down, as if remembering something so profound. "I cried that night. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I realized that all the things I used to chase so hard suddenly felt so small in the face of that silence." The fans who heard this confession immediately fell silent. Cha Eunwoo, who is known as a perfect figure with a flawless face and unshakable image, is also a human who once felt fragile. He admitted that his time in the military brought him back to himself. "I learned to appreciate the little things, like a cup of warm water after a tough workout, or a word of encouragement from a barracks colleague," he continued. He smiled slightly, then added something that touched everyone. "And I learned the true meaning of brotherhood. In that place, no artist, no fame. We are all the same, struggling with the same sweat and fatigue." But the most shocking moment came when Eunwoo admitted that he had suffered a minor injury during night training in the early weeks of his training. "I didn't want people to know at the time. I fell during obstacle course training, my knees had time to swell, but I chose not to get out of line. I don't want to trouble anyone else." His remarks stunned the journalists present. No one knew about it before, because there were no official reports or photos that showed he was injured. "I just thought if I give up that night, I'll never know how strong I really am," he added with a calm smile. Cha Eunwoo also revealed that he had received a letter from his mother that made him cry for the first time in the camp. "My mother said, 'You don't have to be perfect, just be a child who survives with a strong heart.'" I read that sentence over and over again. It made me realize that even my mother didn't want my perfection, but my sincerity. He took a deep breath before continuing. "And that night I promised myself, after I got out of the military, I would no longer live just to look perfect. I want to live as a normal human being, who can be wrong, can be sad, and can love without fear." The event has become a big topic of discussion in the Korean entertainment world. Many did not expect that behind his impeccable visual charm and achievements in the entertainment world, Cha Eunwoo kept the inner wounds that had been covered by his friendly smile on the screen. One military colleague who was interviewed anonymously said, "Eunwoo is a very disciplined person, but also warm. He often shares food and helps others without prompting. But I know there were times when he sat quietly at the edge of the field at night, staring at the sky for a long time. Maybe he was thinking about his life out there." After leaving the military, Eunwoo also admitted that he learned a lot about the meaning of time. "Before the war, I was always in a hurry. Every schedule, every project always has to be fast. But there, I learned that time can run slow, and that's okay. Sometimes, to find direction, you have to stop." The sentence went viral on Korean social media. Thousands of fans wrote how inspired they felt by this change in the way their idols looked. What makes this news even more touching is when Cha Eunwoo tells about a military colleague who made him aware of the importance of being together. "There is one friend in the camp. He is not a celebrity, but he always smiles even when the situation is heavy. One day I asked why. He said, 'If I can laugh today, then I'm alive. That's enough for me.' Those words hit me. I often forget to be grateful." That's where Eunwoo started writing a journal every night before bed, noting the little things he's grateful for every day. Now out of the military, Eunwoo appears with a different aura, more mature, calmer, but still with a calming charm. When asked what he misses most about life in the camp, his answer was simple: the sound of early morning shoe steps and the cold wind that made me realize that I could still feel. He smiled, his eyes glazed, indicating that the experience had sunk deep into his heart. Cha Eunwoo also advised his fans not to be afraid to face loneliness. Sometimes loneliness is the best teacher. It teaches you to listen to yourself, he said quietly. The remark made many ARMY and Aroha, as ASTRO fans are called, express their feelings on social media. They feel as if their idols are now not only singers and actors, but also figures capable of inspiring life. The shocking confession became a moment that will not be forgotten, not only because Cha Eunwoo opened up his most fragile side, but also because he showed how hard a human being struggles behind the luster of popularity. In an entertainment world that often demands perfection, Eunwoo chooses to display honesty. He concluded his interview with a phrase that is now quoted in various media. "I used to live to prove something to the world, but now I just want to live to understand the world itself." The fans who heard those words knew Cha Eunwoo was no longer just a charming idol on the screen. He is now a grown man who dares to acknowledge his wounds and embrace them as part of himself. And perhaps that was the most surprising thing of all his confessions during his time in the military. That beneath the uniform and harsh discipline, Eunwoo found his true self. Now, every time he appears in public, there is a new aura that radiates. He no longer just exudes physical charm, but also maturity formed from a long inner journey. Many fans wrote in the online community that they felt as if they were seeing a new version of Cha Eunwoo, a more human, warm, and sincere version. One of the comments went viral. "The military didn't change its face, it changed its heart. And that makes it even more fascinating. Asterisk, maybe that's the truth." In a fast-paced world where the camera can make anyone lose themselves, Cha Eunwoo finds the meaning of life behind the iron fence and military routine. A journey that not everyone dares to take with an open heart. And now, when he stands in front of the world again, everyone can see him not just as a star, but as a man who has passed through the storm and come out with a softer but more real light. Cha Eunwoo has proven that even in the quietest of places, one can find one's true self. And that was the most shocking thing he ever expressed. Not because of the drama, but because of the sincerity felt in every word he said. He gazed back into the twilight sky as the interview ended, as if his mind was still among the memories of the barracks, the sound of the whistle, and the uniform scent that now lingered in the folds of memory. "There are things I cannot explain in words," he said quietly, "because some lessons can only be understood through experience, not explanation." That sentence made the atmosphere instantly silent. The camera kept looking at her peaceful face, but her eyes were clearly harboring something deeper than nostalgia. When asked what was the most difficult moment during the service, Cha Eunwoo was silent for a long time. He lowered his head, took a deep breath, then quietly replied, "Let go of the habit of looking strong." She admitted that over the years in the entertainment industry, she always felt she had to be perfect, always smiling, always ready for the camera. But in the military, it all collapsed. "Nobody cares who I am out there. In the barracks, I was just like them. I ate the same food, slept on the same floor, served the same sentence if I was wrong," he said in a bitter but honest tone. Cha Eunwoo recounts an event that still lingers in his memory. The day he was asked to lead a small team for endurance training in the pouring rain. "I have no experience leading in such a situation. I'm afraid of making the wrong decision. But my instructor said, 'You don't have to be perfect. Just stand up and face it.' The words are simple, but I never forget them." He looked at the camera, his smile small but full of meaning. "That day I learned the true meaning of courage. It's not about not being afraid, but stepping forward despite fear."